In Marvel Studios' action-packed spy thriller Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, confronts the darker parts of her ledger when a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past arises. Pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down, Natasha must deal with her history as a spy and the broken relationships left in her wake long before she became an Avenger. I had the opportunity to speak with the film's stars Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, David Harbour, and O.T. Fagbenle, as well as director Cate Shortland and producer Victoria Alonso, about the making of this highly anticipated film. Here's what they had to say about working on Black Widow. Hi, I'm here to talk about the new Marvel Studios movie, Black Widow. And we're very lucky today because we get to hear from 6 of the folks who worked on the movie, including star Scarlett Johansson. So let's get right to it. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm here. Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Yelena, and how you ended up getting involved with this project? Hi, so Yelena is one of the main characters in the film. She's a young, fierce, extremely skilled, and deadly assassin. I was really excited to play someone so different than me. I haven't done a lot of action, and also a complete contrast to my personality. So yeah, she's pretty fun to play, definitely. How did you get involved with this project? Well, I think there were 2 things. And first of all, Cate, the director, sent me the script and I just loved the character. I thought she was really cool. So then when I met Cate and we started talking about the film, it just felt like a really exciting project to be part of. And then on top of that, being a part of the MCU, which is something that I've been a fan of since I was younger, it was a no-brainer for me. It just felt like the perfect fit. Hi, I'm here. Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Alexei Shostakov? Alexei is a Russian spy and Yelena and Natasha's father figure. He is definitely gruff around the edges, but has a heart of gold. He's a very sweet man, actually. Yeah, he's someone that you wouldn't expect to have those characteristics. But, yeah, I think audiences will be really surprised and hopefully charmed by him. How did you get involved with Black Widow? Well, I got asked if I wanted to do it, and I said yes. It's that simple. I was offered the role, I read the script, and I was sold on the idea of doing a prequel. You know, the film starts off with a great action sequence in Budapest and goes back and forth between the past and present day. So I found that fascinating. And the prospect of playing Alexei Shostakov. Not only his physicality, but the emotional range he goes through. Hi, I'm here. Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Melina Vostokoff? Melina Vostokoff is the mother figure to Yelena and Natasha. She runs a safe house for people who are in need of help, kind of a last stop before they go out into the world again. And she's fiercely protective of the people under her care. She's also got a very interesting history with the Red Room and with both girls in different ways. So you'll see that unravel throughout the course of the film. How did you get involved with Black Widow? Well, I've been wanting to work with Cate Shortland for years after seeing Berlin Syndrome. And then when the opportunity came up to do Black Widow, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. I knew I had carried Melina. Gets to be part of such a powerful story that explores female relationships and sisterhood was really exciting for me as well. Hi, I'm here. Could you tell us a little bit about working with the director Cate Shortland? Cate Shortland is amazing. I love working with her. I love how passionate she is about every shot, you know? Every little tiny detail. She doesn't miss a thing. She's just so on it. She brought such a unique voice to this material, you know? And she's so collaborative and really receptive to ideas. So I feel like we had a really unique process together. She also really pushed me as an actor. You know, she wasn't afraid to push me out of my comfort zone. She wanted to challenge me. So I think that was really helpful too. Hi, I'm here. Could you tell us a little bit about working with the stunt team and the fight choreography on this film? Working with the stunt team was fantastic. We did many months of training before we started filming. And I think the fight scenes and the action sequences in this film are unlike anything we've ever done in an MCU film before. So I was really challenged physically, but I was also really excited because it's a different level. And we did a lot of hand-to-hand combat. There's a lot of fight choreography. There's a lot of wire work. There's a lot of weapons training. So we really went through the gamut. And I think that the audience will really enjoy seeing this new side of these characters, and also some of the other characters that you meet along the way in the film. Hi, I'm here. What was your favorite part about your character in the film? Well, I think there's a few elements. It's her. You know, I love the fierceness. You know, I love that she really goes for it. She's not afraid to speak her mind. I mean, I think that's something that I admire in anyone. And she's also really loyal. And there's a vulnerability underneath that exterior that I think is really interesting to explore. Hi, I'm here. How would you describe the tone of the film? The film is thrilling, but it's also funny, and it's also emotional. You know, it's got everything that you would want in a film. It's a roller coaster ride. So I think audiences will walk away feeling entertained, but also satisfied with the story. You know, we really take our time to develop these characters and explore their backstories and the relationships they have with each other. And I think that's something that sets this film apart from other action films out there. So how would you describe the relationship between Natasha and Yelena? I think they have a complicated relationship. They have a shared history, but they also have a lot of resentment towards each other. And so it's a very messy relationship. I think that's relatable to anyone who has family members or siblings, you know, maybe that you didn't grow up with or that you maybe don't get along with. I think there's a lot of truth to their relationship, but ultimately, it's a loving one. They do have a lot of love for each other underneath all of the anger and resentment. Hi, I'm here. What was your favorite part of your character in the film? Oh gosh, that's a tough question. I mean, there's a lot of elements to him. I think that I really connect to his humanity. He's a man who made a lot of mistakes in his past, and he's trying to redeem himself. So to get to play someone who's flawed, but also trying to do good things, that was really rewarding to me. I think the audience will also really connect to his dry sense of humor and the way he interacts with the rest of the characters, especially Yelena. That was really fun to play. Hi, I'm here. Can you tell us a little bit about working with the visual effects team on this film? It's a very visual effects heavy film. You know, there's a lot of stunts that we do where we have to imagine things that aren't really there. And so, the visual effects team does an incredible job of bringing the director's vision to life. You know, they're a huge part of the film, and I think that their work is absolutely stunning. It's just so seamless and believable. Hi, I'm here. What was your favorite part about working on this film? My favorite part of working on this film was definitely the action sequences. I love doing fight choreography, I love doing stunts. I did a lot of training for this film, and we had a really great stunt team and fight team. And so I got to work on these fight scenes and these stunts that I never thought I'd be able to do. I was really challenged physically and mentally. And I think that's the best part of my job, you know? When I can learn something new and I can push myself. And this film definitely allowed me to do that. Hi, I'm here. Can you tell us a little bit about the role that Taskmaster plays in the film? Taskmaster is a really formidable opponent for Black Widow. You know, he's a really skilled fighter. And so he definitely challenges both Natasha and Yelena. But I think that he also brings a sense of levity to the film. It's a really quirky character and he's really unpredictable. And so you never know what he's going to do next. And that's what makes him such a fun villain to play. Well, thank you all for watching. And please remember to support us because we depend on your support. Thanks for watching.